people, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a beautiful, fabulous week. I do apologize for not doing a motivational Monday last Monday. I got my teeth pulled right before Christmas, so I was a little fat, swollen, drugged. Probably wasn't the best time to do a video, but I'm here the first of the month, and I'm Happy New Year, by the way. So I'm gonna set you guys up right. I don't know about you guys, but today we're gonna talk about real stuff. We're gonna talk about what happens when you have set a plan for your life and there is a roadblock. There's 3 things that I want you to do when this happens. The first thing I want you to do when you have set a plan and you have literally worked so hard for this plan, you have planned it out, you've thought ahead, you've did your best, you've done everything in your capabilities of achieving this goal, and literally right when you were so close, you were right there, you were literally right there, and something just came out of nowhere and completely blindsided you and set you off track and totally ruined your plans, right? The first thing I want you to do, because our first initial reaction is what? To freak out. Don't freak out. First thing. Don't freak out. You have to look at the situation and analyze, all right, this is where I was going. This is where I still want to go. We have a little setback. And the next thing that I want you to remind yourself to calm you down from freaking out is think about this. In life, even in movies, in a good book, any good story has what? A conflict. Every good story. The Titanic had a conflict. Benjamin Button had a conflict. He was aging backwards, for God's sake. Talk about a setback. His whole life was a setback. Every good story has some interruption. Every good story has an interruption. Every motivational speaker, what do they have? They had a conflict back in their life, and that is how they're able to share messages with other people. Conflicts are what makes a good story. Conflicts is what makes life worth it at the end of the day, because if everything was just handed to us and everything, you just set a goal and you hit the goal, you set a goal, you hit the goal, you set a goal, you would get tired of setting goals because you know what's going to happen. What? You're going to hit the goal. Everything you plan is going to happen. Life doesn't work that way because it's a little bit more fun. Life is a little bit more playful. And the reason why you shouldn't freak out and remind yourself that every good story has a good conflict is because the moment that something interrupts your plan, because sometimes things do work to plan, sometimes things do happen accordingly to what you planned out to happen, but when something comes and when you're so close to it and something just comes out of nowhere and completely just rocks your world, turns everything upside down and shifts gears for you, I want you to remind yourself this last thing. This last thing I want you to remind yourself is that what's coming, what you're going to get is going to be far greater, so much better, immensely more fabulous than what you had initially planned for yourself. Literally. Why? Chris, why? Why does that mean that? Because when something comes and interrupts your plan, that means that it needed to get your attention immediately. It needed to distract you from where you thought you were going and put you in the right direction to where you need to be, where you need to go. And trust me, every time this happens, it's going to be much better. The outcome is going to be 5 million times better than you could have ever imagined. Probably more money than you could have ever thought. The best job you could have ever dreamt of. The best man you could have ever thought of is probably underway. So when these roadblocks come, I want you to, instead of freaking out, getting sad, I want you to get excited and remind yourself that, you know what? Something's about to happen and it's probably gonna be amazing. Why? Because when that conflict happens in that story, the outcome is probably so much more interesting, so much better, so much more fulfilling than what we thought was actually going to happen before that conflict came, right? Exactly. So remind yourself, my life is a fabulous movie. And right now, this is just the time where everyone's sitting back in their seats and I'm going to twirl their little toes around when they see what happens in the end. Alright guys, I hope you guys love that Motivational Monday. Remember to set some goals. If something comes in your way, don't freak out. We know why. We know what's coming. Alright, I love you guys so much. Remember to design a fancy life. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And of course, to all my subscribers, I love you. Thank you so much. Any suggestions for next Monday, comment down below and I'll, respond or do a video. Whatever you guys want, I'm here. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, everything is Clarice Fancy. And last thing, I believe in you. All you have to do is believe in you too. Alright guys, remember to design a fancy life and I love you.